Why not try to...
Can we stop? Like, seriously, we've dragged this out long enough. Can we stop trying to make this known racist some type of an American hero? And you know, one of the biggest cop-outs nowadays for the apologists, the Charlie Kirk is not a racist apologist, is you guys just haven't watched the full clips in its context. That's why you guys are misunderstanding it. Not one of those people can point to you a clip of a full context that explains the racist things that he said. They bring up the black pilot thing and they're always like, well, don't you think quotas are bad? No one ever said they were going to hire black pilots. No one ever said there was going to be a quota of black pilots being hired. What was said is that the incoming classes of students that would like to be pilots would be black and female. Charlie Kirk knew this. He knew this when he went around saying, if I got on a plane and I saw a black pilot, I would be afraid. I would wonder if they were competent. No one is hiring pilots that are not competent to be a pilot. They were trying to get more outreach to the black community to get more black pilots. So they wanted to open up schools or open up spots in classrooms for them to become pilots. It didn't even say that they actually fulfilled that number. But the other thing is that Charlie Kirk never once said, if I got on a plane and I saw a female pilot, I would be afraid. I would wonder if she were qualified. Even though he knew women, especially white women, benefited from DEI more than any other demographic. It was a lie. He told that lie on purpose because he hated black people. Another lie I've pointed out to people. He said many times in debates that 80% of black kids grew up without a father in their home. The actual number, the actual statistic, you can look it up, is 49%. And of that 49%, just because the father wasn't in the home did not mean the father wasn't in the kid's life. He knew that when he went to college campus after college campus and regurgitated that lie. Even when he was told it was a lie, he knew it was a lie. He never changed it at all. He took that stat and someone said to him, why do you think that number's so high? And he said, it's acceptable in black culture. It is cultural. It is acceptable, his words, for a black man to impregnate a woman and then leave. Those were his words. So he made up a lie, a statistic, to justify another lie. Another one is the 1355. 13% of the population, 55% of the murders. He knows that is a lie. You can, on one hand, tell me that you think Charlie Kirk was well-read, a great debater, and a smart guy, and on the other hand, tell me he did not know all those things he was saying was lies. I had someone actually tell me recently that all of the lies, most of the lies that you've seen Charlie Kirk told, were all AI generated. Seriously, can we stop? The dude was a racist. Like, it's not even debatable. And it wasn't even subtle racism. It was overt racism. It was very explicit racism. And you have to ask yourself, if you don't believe what I'm saying, look it up. There's no context you can show me to make it okay for him to say, if I got on a plane and saw a black pilot, I would be worried that that pilot wasn't competent. And understand something. He only used black people when he was talking about the horrors of DEI. Only used black people. Every one of his examples were black people. The other one, he said, if I'm on the phone with a moronic black woman in customer service, how am I to know that she got that job based on her merit or based on DEI? He can't even point to a company that has a quota. I'm willing to bet that not one of your Maga friends, not one person who sees this video can name a DEI hire at their job. I've asked people that. Oh, if DEI was so prevalent and there's all these companies with quotas, can you name a DEI hire at your job? No one can. It does not exist. And Charlie Kirk knows exactly what diversity, equity, and inclusion is. He knows that disabled veterans benefit from DEI. He knows that disabled people benefit from DEI. He knows that women, Asian people, Hispanic people benefit from DEI, but he only used black people in his examples. If you look these things up, if you find that what I am saying is true, you have to ask yourself, why was Charlie Kirk lying about black people so much? Last night, I was on a live with Good Trouble and a couple of other people. It was Good Trouble's live. And someone brought this up, which is another horrible thing I think is so dumb for people to do. I have a friend, I'm going to say that, who is barely a friend now because of these things, who sent me a video, and it's of a black person who agrees with Charlie Kirk. I said to this lady on the live, because she said, Charlie Kirk had Candace Owens as a friend, and he had other black people following him. And I said, take away those people. I don't care about those people. I'm asking you, can you look at words and decide if those are racist words or not? It doesn't matter if black people are okay with those racist words. Take away the fact that you think he liked black people or he knew some black people. The words that he's saying. Why do you need someone else to tell you if something is racist? I listened to Charlie Kirk's words and decided those were racist words. You either think they're racist or you agree with the words. And this lady kept on saying, well, I kind of think they're maybe a little bloated, over bloated. No, they're racist. She just couldn't get to the point where she would say, yes, that is racist. Until like an hour into the live, this other black woman came on and she told her personal story, and she was very touching, and it was sad. I literally had to fight back tears because she was talking about her experience here in America as a dual citizen and how she's trying to leave America because people just don't see how racist things are. And she's explaining this to the lady, and then she's explaining some of Charlie Kirk's words, and finally she said, yes, that sounds racist to me. I don't get it. I get it because I realize some people just don't want to admit their own racism. I've seen these memes that say, if you can't see Charlie Kirk's racism, you probably can't see your own either. I wholeheartedly agree with that. And I think that is the problem with many people. I was telling this to my sister the other day, and she said to me, yeah, but you don't think, this person I was telling her about is racist, right? I said, I don't think they know they have a little bit of racial insensitivity in them. I don't think they know that, yes, they're harboring some racism inside of them. It is hard for us to admit that people we know, people we've grown up with, people we've respected are harboring racism. And that is why they just can't come to the conclusion that those things that he said were because he was a racist. If you go around and you regurgitate the same lie over and over again, that you know is a lie, you have to ask, why would someone do that? The other one is George Floyd. People want to continually say, oh, but the medical examiner said that George Floyd had fentanyl in his body. Yes, those things were said. But the medical examiner came to the conclusion that he died of asphyxiation. He died because Derek Chauvin put his knee on his neck for 9 minutes. That is what the medical examiner said. That is the conclusion of that medical examination. If you're going around saying anything else, it is because you're lying, and it is probably because you're a racist or you are harboring racism inside of you that you really don't realize yet. Let us stop, please. We don't need this idiot on a coin. We don't. He was a horrible person. I don't think anyone should be celebrating anyone's assassination or anyone's death, but let us not rewrite this dude's story. We should not memorialize him. We should not celebrate him. We should let him be. He did not like black people. There's not anything you can tell me to make me believe otherwise. I don't care how many black friends he had. I don't care how many black associates he had. I don't care how many bootlicking buck dancers are making videos trying to debunk the fact that Charlie Kirk was a racist. He was. Period.
Don't want no enemies or ops. Envy in they heart, I tell them stop. Vacation on the